Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Priscilla Triana and my student number is 3322880083 and my class is 337A07. And today I want to present a cross-cultural understanding for us. And this is part 1, oral presentation. Topic 1 is culture shock. Culture shock is a psychological and emotional reaction experienced when an individual enters a new cultural environment and loses familiar social cues. According to Calvero Albert at 1960, culture shock is the anxiety that results from losing all our familiar signals and symbols of social interactions. This occurs because a person must adjust to new roles, values, and patterns of communication that differ from their home culture. Albert described 4 main stages of culture shock. The first is the honeymoon stage, where everything in the new culture appears exciting, interesting, and enjoyable. The second is the frustration stage, marked by confusion, irritation, homesickness, and difficulty adapting to new cultural norms. The third is the adjustment stage, when the individual gradually begins to understand the language, behavior, and expectations of the new environment. The final stage is the adaptation stage, where the individual becomes comfortable, confident, and able to function normally within the new culture. For an example of culture shock can be seen in an Indonesian student who moves to Japan and is surprised that people rarely talk on public transportation. This feels unusual because in Indonesian, it is common for people to speak casually in public places. Another example is a Western tourist visiting Indonesia who is surprised when strangers smile or greet them warmly. In both cases, individuals must adjust to unfamiliar cultural norms, demonstrating how culture shock affects perception and behavior. For topic 2, nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication refers to the transmission of message without using words. According to Mark L. Knight at 2014, nonverbal communication includes all messages other than words that people exchange in interaction. These forms of communication involves body movements, facial expressions, eye contact, gesture, posture, and psychical space. Experts estimate that nonverbal cues deliver up to 95 until 93% of the meaning in communication. Nonverbal communication is crucial because it reinforces, replaces, or contradicts verbal message. For example, a person's facial expression can reveal their true feelings even when their words suggest something different. Nonverbal cues are heavily influenced by culture, so the meaning of gesture can vary widely between society. One example is eye contact. In Western cultures, maintaining eye contact is seen as a sign of confidence and honesty. However, in some Asian cultures, prolonged eye contact can be interpreted as disrespectful or confrontational. Another example is the thumb up gesture. In Indonesian means okay, but in some Middle Eastern countries, it can be considered offensive. This difference highlights the need to understand cultural context when interpreting nonverbal communication. And for part 2, study case. Stereotype type of Chinese Indonesian. Number 1, type of stereotype presented. The stereotype in this case is a positive stereotypes or general cultural assumption. People assume that Chinese Indonesians are naturally good at mathematics, business, and money management. Although this sounds positive, it is still a stereotype because it oversimplifies and generalizes characteristics to an entire ethnic group. And number 2, negative impact on Shenzhen. This stereotype can negatively affect Shenzhen in several ways. Emotionally, she may feel pressured, insecure, or disappointed in herself because she does not meet the expectation people have of her ethnicity. Socially, she may be judged or treated unfairly because others assume she must excel in certain areas. Academically, teachers or classmates may have unrealistic expectation of her performance in mathematics or business-related subjects. Culturally, this stereotype may disconnect her from her own identity because people only see her through the lens of her ethnic background instead of her personal abilities. And 3, are there positive impact? There may be small positive impacts such as being perceived as capable, reliable, or intelligent in money-related tasks. However, these supposed benefits are outweighed by the negative consequences. The stereotype creates harmful pressure, limits personal growth, and ignores sense individually. Overall, the stereotype is more damaging than benefit. Number 4, special stereotype. The specific stereotype in this case is the belief that Chinese Indonesians are good at math, business, and managing money. These stereotypes makes people assume that Shenzhen could excel in this area simply because of her ethnicity. As a result, people misjudge her abilities and ignore her personal preference, interests, and strengths. And B, summary of cultural theories by Wilking. Wilking explained several important theories about culture and communication. He described culture as a shared system of value, beliefs, customs, and communication patterns that influence how people think and behave. One key theory he discussed is high context and low context communication by Edward T. Hall. High content cultures such as Indonesian and many Asian countries rely heavily on nonverbal cues, implied meaning, and shared understanding. Low context culture such as the United States prefer direct, explicit, and abstract communication. Another theory explained by Wilking is individualism versus collectivism. Introduced by Great Hosted, individualistic culture emphasizes personal goals, independence, and self-experience. Collectivist culture prioritizes group harmony, cooperation, and social responsibilities. Wilking also discusses uncertainty avoidance, the degree to which cultures feel comfortable with ambiguity. Some cultures prefer strict rule and clear structure, while others are more relaxed and open to change. Overall, the presentation emphasizes that understanding cultural difference is essential for effective intercultural communication. By recognizing these differences, individuals can adapt their communication style, appreciate diverse perspectives, and avoid misunderstanding. C. Case study: body language misunderstanding. Number 1, how does this situation show that body language can lead to culture shock? This situation demonstrates that body language can cause culture shock because Amran encounters a gesture that has a completely different meaning in another culture. The American gesture of raising a hand with spread fingers means hello, whereas in Indonesian it usually means stop. This difference creates confusion, discomfort, and anxiety for Amran, which are common symptoms of culture shock. Number 2, what cultural factors influence the meaning of body language? Cultural factors influence how gestures are interpreted. In American culture, raising a hand is a friendly, casual greeting used in many informal contexts. In Indonesian culture, the same gesture functions more as a warning or command to stop. These differences show that body language is shaped by cultural norms and cannot be universally understood without cultural knowledge. Number 3, negative effect on Amran. The misunderstanding may cause Amran to feel embarrassed, anxious, or worried about making mistakes. He might hesitate to interact with others because he is unsure how to respond appropriately. This can lead to social withdrawal, miscommunication, and decreased confidence when engaging with people from different cultural backgrounds. And for number 4, problem-solving strategies. Several strategies can help Amran manage the situation. He can politely ask for clarification about the gesture he does not understand. He can observe how Americans use body language in daily interaction to familiarize himself with local norms. He can also learn commonly used gesture in American culture to avoid future misunderstandings. By increasing his cultural awareness and staying open-minded, Amran can communicate more confidently and effectively. And that's all from my presentation today. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.